I'm Chris Powell, and this is Transform Nation.
Oh my God!
It's not a show that you watch, it's an experience that you join. Keep it going, my friend. On this episode, 5 years on primetime television, over 70 transformations that were aired around the world. But when the cameras stopped rolling, a lot of them gained the weight back.
I don't know of a single person who kept it all off. I mean, I'm not afraid to say I put it all on plus 55.
This is the dirty secrets of weight loss shows.
And we're going to begin this half hour with that Biggest Loser bombshell. Research is revealing that a majority of season 8's contestants regained some of that weight.
I could tell you that before I went on the show, I never learned how to dehydrate to manipulate a scale.
Turns out the Biggest Loser's biggest loser was everyone who agreed to appear on the show.
I never even watched The Biggest Loser. I might have seen a few clips from it, but I intentionally didn't watch it because I did not want to be influenced by their methods.
I was given a caffeine pill.
My organs were literally shutting down.
You can't have a show based on weight loss that's safe.
I could barely walk, and I was in such pain, and they said, just walk it off, just walk it off.
There's been some documentaries out showing the negative side of the weight loss show experience. And extreme weight loss, while our show was different and while there was no competition, there was still pressure. And at moments, I feel like I compromised my own integrity because early on, especially in season 1, I gave into some of those pressures.
Some water, man.
No water. No water.
I need some water!
When we first started the fight or flight workouts, I began the way that I typically like to train people.
I'm gonna turn up the volume on that voice in your head. It's gonna be screaming at you. It's gonna wanna stop. When I impose that challenge on you, I need a victory.
But I remember about 2 minutes into the very first workout, I hear this cut, cut, cut. And I get pulled to the side and I get talked to by a powerful individual who said, look, if this is the way that these workouts are gonna go, the show's never gonna make it to air. I need tears, I need sweat, I need snot running out their nose. You gotta push them. You gotta push them hard. And I was so green at that time. I put on the face and I became that hard-ass trainer that everybody had been accustomed to seeing on TV. I'm gonna break you. Fight me down, fight me down, fight me down. Come on, go. You ready for the next 12 months? And immediately, I remember the look that my people gave me.
Chris, you don't understand! I can't freaking do it!
Yes, you can. It broke my heart. I got you. You can drop it. You can drop it. You can drop it. You got it.
I'm not going for some fun. I promise.
It became a really delicate thing because the powers that be were providing this opportunity for me to actually work with these people for a year. So to keep that whole opportunity alive for everybody, I had to deliver results to the people that were providing the opportunity.
Welcome to the California Health and Longevity Institute.
There was a huge pressure on hitting the goal that was promised of people losing half their body weight in a year.
Oh, that sucks.
And I think there was a desire for Chris to be more like Jillian Michaels.
Shut up and focus and do the work.
But everything changed once the Wally episode aired.
I choose you.
Oh, dude. I can't believe this.
There's one participant, Wally, probably one of the most lovable guys you've ever met. And he struggled. 359 pounds.
I couldn't control myself. I don't know what happened. Life got too complicated and I just went back to old habits.
At one point, all of our participants were losing significant weight, except Wally. So the head of the production company at the time, he pulled me and Matt aside and he's like, hey, we got to pull this episode. There's no success. There's nothing to show here. So Matt and I, we actually circled up. We had a really good talk and we went back to the head of the production company. We said, this is a documentary of real life transformation, and it's not all hugs and high fives. It's not always success. Is Wally here?
He is not. He's actually out working out right now.
Oh, okay, awesome. And I think that the best thing that we can do for Wally is to check him into an inpatient treatment center, because that's what he needs. And why don't we tell that story?
Here I pull up to my house, and there's a camera crew here, and I was like, okay, well, that's kind of crazy.
And he gave us a shot. We talked to the heads of the network, and they said, all right, air it, let's see what happens.
So this morning, I'm taking Wally to rehab. There's an outpatient rehabilitation program right here in Chicago. Every week, we get to observe an incredible weight loss, and it looks easy, but it's actually very difficult. Not everybody's gonna be successful. Wally's proof of that. And when it's all said and done, he might not be 250 pounds, but if he can get his mind right, then at least there's hope.
And Matt and I both had our necks on the line there, and it turned out to be one of the highest rated episodes that we had because it connected with people, because it was real. And that was also a turning point. That was season 1, and that was a turning point in the culture of our show, because that's when everybody else who was so used to these competition shows, and everyone losing weight as fast as they could, this wasn't that. And I think that's what connected with people. And it's not always success. It's trial and failure, and trial and failure, and trial and failure. And as long as you keep going, you'll eventually get to where you want to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the new Rachel!
I think one of the problems with the weight loss shows, or the show I was on, is that we had a timeline of a year. You had an end date, right? We knew that we had to wrap and shoot a finale at a specific day, and we can't rush transformation.
That's exciting.
You're 164 pounds. You lost 145 pounds.
Rarely does somebody, and this is from my opinion, of course, get to be morbidly obese. Again, 200 pounds overweight, because you just like to go out to eat. It's, for me, it was addiction and like compulsive overeating and a lot of depression and a lot of work that had to be done between years. And again, that takes time. But when you're shooting a show, it's like, get to the end goal. These weight loss TV shows, we gotta start here, we gotta end here, get it done.
Going to therapy helped so much. And I feel like I know myself a lot better, and I actually really kind of like myself a lot. I love myself.
There's a scene in the finale where I start to say I love myself, and the word kind of stuck in my throat because I knew deep down I didn't. I kind of knew on the finale stage that I'm not fixed. I am really in a bad place mentally. The evidence that the show did not fix me is that the minute we wrapped, I was at In-N-Out Burger, then I was at the bar, then I was skipping the gym. Almost immediately, which meant everything I had been doing, I was doing for the sake of the show, not because I wanted to. And so it was immediate. And my guess is 100% of the participants on my show struggled with the same thing. I don't know of a single person who kept it all off. I'm not afraid to say I put it all on plus 55. I lost 145 and I gained 200. I'll say it.
This could last for another hour and a half, telling you about all the things that I would do different. I promise I was doing everything that I could at the time, but now knowing what I know and how science has evolved and so much has changed and there's so much more available to us now. Now is my time to change.
Shut the up! Oh my God, no way! Oh my God!
Transformation is different because there's no finale, there's no end date. This is your life. So, if it takes a year or 2 or 3, it doesn't matter. No one's holding you to, you gotta get here by this day. And so you do it in the time that is meant to be for you.
What we're building here is a whole new level of transformation where we're not just helping people lose the weight, we're helping them keep it off for good.
Enjoy.
We've taken all of those lessons learned. We still can implement the tactics to help you lose an incredible amount of weight and completely transform your body and your life. But now you can eat delicious comfort food.
So good, and there's no fat in them.
You'll be surrounded by a community of support.
Hi guys!
You're going to be supported by medical doctors and professionals to give you the tools to help you get where you want to go. You'll never be pushed to work out beyond your limits. Keep it going, my friend. You get to control the throttle, and guess what? It will always be good enough. And even though there's a TV show involved, we're not going to be afraid to tell stories of people who are struggling, because that's real and that's courageous.
With extreme weight loss, I think we also put a huge focus on normal. And truth is, there is no normal. And just because you're 20 pounds overweight doesn't mean there's anything wrong. Just because you're 50 pounds overweight doesn't mean there's anything wrong. Are you happy? That's the question. And with Transform Nation, that's going to be the focus.